Hi guys, welcome back to the shop. So today what we're going to be doing is unboxing the Dewalt track saw, and we're going to give it its first use, see how it compares to my old one. It's not a full review by any means, but just have a see what we get in the box, see what the quality feels like and how it looks, and give it a quick use. I've got to finish the floor off in the shop, so we'll use it for that and see how it goes. So it comes in this really solid sturdy case, as you'd expect from Dewalt. Let's have a look, see what we're getting here. So if you're interested in any of the spec, it's a DWS 520KT Dewalt track saw. It's 240 volt, it's got a 1300 watt capacity and 1750 to 4200 revolutions per minute. It's got 59mm cutting capacity and a 165mm blade. It's got a spindle lock to help change the blade, and it's got dust extraction. So let's have a look inside. So a nice sturdy box with padding in there. Put that to one side. On all my previous tools I always used to throw the boxes away, but obviously I won't be doing with this. So what we got? So we've got the track saw itself. Dust extraction port. Have a look at that in a bit. Instructions, warranty, and this is something I always like, is a quick flow chart. Most of us can't be bothered to read these instructions, can they? But these flow charts are normally great, so I'll have a look through them definitely and see how we do. So this is for the track. This is the connecting rod with 4 Allen screw bolts in there. No Allen key in there though. Let's see. Track bag. Nice track bag there. And then 2 lengths of 1.5 metre track. I had a look through the quick setup guide that you get with it, and it's pretty self-explanatory, and I did have a little chuckle at myself trying to figure out how to change the blade, but I got there in the end. But everything else is good. So the first thing it shows you how to do is how to position the saw on the track itself. Now with this track you can cut on both sides, so you know it's good for lefties, righties. Also, depending on which side of your weight piece you want the waist side to be on, you know, you always have that problem with track saws flipping it around all over the place. So I think that's a great design feature. Obviously the guide strip, it still needs trimming, so we'll do that in a moment. But the first things I'll show you is, so when you first get the saw, place it onto the track itself. You've got these it shows you on the diagram it's either an Allen key or a screw, so they obviously do different types. So you've got one at the front and one at the back. And I'm not sure of the terminology, but basically these lock the saw into place on the track, so you don't have all this movement. Let's have a look. So we've got play in the system there. We've just undone the screw on the front one, and there's one at the back as well, exactly the same as this front one. All you do is nip that up until there's no movement, like so, and then the same on the back. And then tighten the screws back up. No need to over tighten, I don't think. Just nip them up. And then, as you can see, rock solid, no play in the system. Some good features. It bevels. You've got a wing nut here which you can undo, and there's the exact same on the rear. And you can bevel it down to 47 degrees, and then you just lock it in place. Those beveled cuts. The cutting capacity, you just turn this nailed knob here and you can set that down to 55 millimeters, and all the markings are lovely and clear, as you can see. To deploy the blade, then I'm just going to take it off the track, because I haven't cut the rubber strip yet. All you have to do is push the catch at the top forward, press the trigger underneath, and you just simply push down. Really nice smooth action. I was actually struggling with this because the Shapak one and the Work Zone one, you press forward with the catch and press the trigger, and you have to really ratchet on your wrist and push forward. So I was trying to do this on the Dewalt, and I wasn't doing it, and I was thinking, is there something locked in position? But there wasn't. It's just a much smoother action of just gently pressing down. Really nice on the wrist. So I'm just going to have a read through this flow chart, and then I'll switch you off for a second and get you back when I've figured out what everything does on here. Have a quick look at it all, and then we'll take it outside and cut some boards down. And the reason why I couldn't find the Allen key at the beginning when I had a quick look was because just in the handle here, Allen key. So there you go. Right, and so what I'll do now is I'll just quickly show you how you change the blade. That was the bit that I found the most complicated for some reason. Alright, I'll just move the track. So, first thing you've got to do is depress this switch here, which locks the handle in the locking lever in the rear position. You then plunge the saw forward, and on the top here you have a catch which you pivot all the way around. That locks the blade in the down position. You remove the Allen key. At this point you can see the wheel still turns. The lever, what we pushed round to 90 degrees, we push down like so, which locks the blade into position. You can then begin to either tighten or loosen the blade for removal. Simple as that, guys. Obviously you just take the nut fully out, whip the blade off and put it back on. There you go, so just tighten that back up. And then you just do the opposite, release the catch on the top, spin the lever back round 90 degrees, and just let the saw plunge back up. So I'm going to nip outside now, make my first cut, and that will trim the rubber guides on the tracks, so I'll need to cut 2 pieces of plywood to get them nice and trimmed, and then it's ready to go. So we'll go do that now. So I've just trimmed the first rubber track back, and there's a couple of things that I've just noticed on the saw which I'll point out to you now, and we'll trim the second one back now and I'll show you how we do that. So the first thing that I didn't point out to you is the anti-kickback, which I've just noticed, and it's a great feature because obviously great safety feature in that it protects you from any kickback on the saw, and also you can release it so it's not permanently on, which would be really annoying that you couldn't pull the saw backwards. I'll show you that now. So here's the catch, guys. You can see with it in this position here, you can move the saw freely. When you rotate it to this position, you can push the saw forwards, but then as soon as you get kicked back, it won't move backwards, it locks into position. So like I said, guys, I think that's a great feature. I'm only particularly going to use that when I'm fearful I might get some kickback, but for general day-to-day use I won't need to use that. There was something else as well, but it's totally gone out of my mind. If it comes back, I'll point it out. Oh, that was it. The motor's also variable speed, so this is on a softwood 12mm plywood, so I've got the speed turned down to number 4. It goes all the way up to 5. So just here, 1 through to 5 variable speed. So softwood ply, so I'm going to do it on number 4. So to trim the rubber edge, line up your first cut on your sheet of plywood on the edge, the board. Get your track saw to the beginning of the cut. And that is your rubber strip cut accurately to where your blade needs to go. Really simple. You just got to spin it round and do the other side now. Just in case you hadn't used a track saw before, all you have to do is take your measurement, make a pencil mark, 2 measurements, 1 either side of the timber. Align the edge of the rubber strip onto the workpiece, keeping the waste on the right hand side of the piece. Double check and make your cut. Initial unboxing, setup, and a few cuts outside just to cut a bit of timber for my flooring. That was, spot on. Simple to use, easy, quick flow chart, nice features, easy to change the blade once you figure it out. Real nice, smooth action on the saw to plunge. Super quiet compared to the Spack what I had before. Real nice and you know, real smooth on the track, quiet. Nice feature with the anti-kickback, and that the best thing about that is that you can switch the anti-kick. Massive blue bottle. Get out. Left the door open, hopefully it'll go. Ah, gone. Right. Yeah, the good thing, where was we? The good thing about the anti-kickback is that you can switch it off, because it can get a bit annoying if you're having to pull the saw back, which sometimes, you know, you want to do. Obviously the motor is variable speed, and, you know, bevels up to 47 degrees, plunge cuts down to 55 millimeters. That's about it for now, guys. If you want me to do a full review on the saw, please just say in the comments, and in 3 to 6 months after it's had some good use, I'll do a full review on it if you want. But if not, that's just my initial thoughts on it and the initial setup. If you like the content I'm bringing out, guys, please like and subscribe, and that's it. I'll see you on the next one.